Hey guys, welcome to the all new episode of PhoneRadar Talk. I'm Amit, here is Karthik, and that's Teja. And this week we are going to pick up your questions. So let's get started with the Q&A stuff. If you have any questions, just go to the end of this video and let us know with your questions. Yeah, the mobile alerts coming up. But yeah, so we'll just head over to the comment section and start checking all your questions. And almost this is the Mac.
Questions are already come.
Yep. Okay. The first question which we see here is from Kartikeya. With Lenovo integrating its smartphone lineup with into Motorola, how far do you think will there be any alterations? Would this be affecting or influencing the Moto brand? What do you think?
I don't think it will affect Moto brand in any way because right now they're selling separately. So only difference I see is basically all the Lenovo smartphones launching under Motorola brand. That's it. I don't even think they'll be changing the design. If you see Motorola have different design and Lenovo have different design, so I don't think they'll change the design also. They'll just change the name probably.
Right. I'm glad that they're not bringing the Lenovo branding into the Motorola thing.
Yeah.
At least they're bringing the Motorola branding which is more like a brand targeted toward the youth or fresh devices, but Lenovo is more like older devices, older generation devices, and they look pretty much boring. Motorola is always about something which came out fresh. We had the Droid, what is it? Shatterproof.
Droid Turbo.
Force Turbo and Force, whatever. Many other new options have been coming from Motorola. Now we have the Moto brand. That has been integrated into Lenovo now.
Yeah.
In China, it's separate.
In China, it's still separate, but yeah. So Zook is probably the only section from Lenovo which I think we can say that it's pretty new or something interesting. But from Motorola, we have been seeing a lot of new things, and in fact, this what do you call it? The new mods are also something new.
Yeah, Moto mods.
While again,
on Indiegogo. So,
they're launching on the crowdsourcing campaign also.
They're probably out of ideas.
Kind of could be. Okay, now I see the questions. Are you going to replace the display of Mimix, Soumyajit Ghosh? So that's the responsibility of Teja. He has just found the tempered screen for Mimix, and I think we have ordered it. Yeah, so it won't be possible to get the original display because it's obviously not a product which is going mainstream and going to the hands of all the consumers. So that said, it won't be possible to get it easily unless some third party, some Chinese manufacturer says, okay, we know the screen size, let's create a display for this. And that could be more like an third-party product. Not sure about how durable it would be. Again, we can't expect much with the original itself, which gets broken with that small box. I mean, somewhere it is. We have the least hope with a duplicate one also. When will the Redmi 3S Prime be getting the Android N update? Soumyajit Ghosh. I think
I have no idea.
Never ever.
Yeah,
maybe.
probably never.
I mean, when you're using Xiaomi smartphones, at least that's one thing to make a note of, that you would be finding not much of a difference with the core Android update, because at least anyway you have the MIUI skin over it. So you'll only be following more like, okay, this phone is on MIUI 6 or 7 or the latest 8, and that should be mattering more for you, because internally whatever it is, it doesn't really matter, since you won't find any much change on the device itself. Arpit saying, when will you start? Arpit, we start it every weekend on Saturdays, that's it, at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
What do you feel about the new MacBook Pro, Jayanti Selvan? So just before starting this video itself, we were discussing about, I was asking if I missed if there was a new MacBook Air. With the Retina display, because the one which I'm using right now is not having Retina, and while this one is having Retina, the current stream is coming through Teja's MacBook, which is the MacBook Pro 15.4 inches, and that's Retina. So the moment I switch from my MacBook Air to this one, we start clearly noticing the crispiness of the text on the screen, or even the pixels. Everything, it's marvelous. I mean, it's amazing. When you actually use these computers, you know the difference between the MacBook Air and this one. So I was just discussing about the same. The new MacBooks, I think they are very highly overpriced, and yesterday I had tweeted about it also. Not yesterday, actually a few days back, that I feel it's highly priced. There's no point we have this new touch dock, touch bar. So I have an interesting product which you guys should be seeing in the coming weeks, probably in a month or two. following which I'll be converting this MacBook into a touch screen, not just a small little OLED bar supplied by Samsung. So stay tuned for that. That's something which is interesting and which is a kind of innovation we expect from Apple, at least saying like,
Yeah,
one of our MacBook,
exactly.
top of the line, it's a complete
touch
touch
screen,
screen
yeah.
rather than just a small bar,
I
which
was
makes
actually
no
wondering
sense.
why it's not getting it.
I mean, even for me, it's more like a privacy concern. So let's say you guys are sitting and we are having a discussion in our office, and suddenly say like, okay, I want to show you some of the last photo, and I go to the gallery while all the whole gallery thumbnails are
Yeah,
showing up there.
somewhere. Yeah,
Where's my privacy? I mean, I'll be fearing like, okay, should I be opening this folder or not?
yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, there are many other situations like those. It's just that we see volume bar or the volume controller,
HP laptop.
and sorry,
HP.
yeah, we
Yeah,
have a
we've
HP's
seen it
laptop which also
previously.
has that
Volume
kind of
Yeah.
volume control, and that's from where
Volume and audio
2009, 10. It's almost 5-6 years old at least. 5
Everyone
years
is
at
doing
least.
it these days. Nothing
Maybe
new.
remote control.
Yeah, it has a remote control which goes slides into the side of the laptops, and that's also for music, right? It's an entertainment thing, so you just have an entertainment thing on your hand for the laptop. So personally speaking, I think that it's okay whatever Apple has launched, that's their criteria, I mean their point of view. But if someone wants to buy it, it's good that they at least launch something rather not launching something and they keep making you wait. So finally they have some new product, because of which the current lineup, which is also pretty good, will get a decent price cut, and that is something a good thing which you should take a look at. So I recently bought a MacBook 2012 model, not recently, last year, and switched the SSD for that to get a higher speed, and the MacBook costed around 52,000 or something. And recently we got the MacBook Air for Vishal,
13-inch.
which is the 13 inches model, and I think that's priced at around 66,000, 66 or something. And that one came out with more 10,000 discount from Paytm, so it makes sense. I mean, you can always find better deals for the earlier generation products itself. Shivang Shukla, which is the best phone under 40,000 rupees except OnePlus 3? Glad that you mentioned except OnePlus 3, because these days any question you ask to anyone, the answer is OnePlus 3. But that said, what do you think? What do you think which is the best phone under 40,000 in your?
For camera.
Yeah, P9 for cameras there.
But camera for P9 video is like shit. It is like the worst. It's only the still photography
Yeah,
for which the P9 makes sense. So this guy is actually, Shivang is looking for a phone, not just a camera.
you go with A9 Pro.
Okay, the power bank. The Samsung's power bank is what
Yeah.
Karthik recommends.
Remix.
Or maybe it's not available and he would drop it. But that's it. I think you can actually take a look at the Galaxy S7, which is now available
Yeah.
around 41 or something.
Little over 40.
Should be close to your budget, and it's still one of the best smartphones in terms of camera and
Pretty much
the complete device itself. Again,
Yeah.
it's a Quad HD display. Pretty much should be shorting your.
LG G5 is available for 35, right?
Yeah,
35.
no one wants that.
Not even a smartphone.
It's a dead series
That
itself.
concept, yeah.
Gupta Yogi, so when will the Redmi Pro or the Leeko Cool One launch? Any idea? The Cool One is the collaboration of Leeko and Lyco and this one, right?
Redmi Pro comes with MediaTek,
MediaTek, so
and they're
yeah.
banned in India.
Yeah, mostly no, not anytime soon.
Moto Z Play versus the OnePlus 3, what's better? Satyaki Saradar. We have not yet played with the Moto Z Play,
Yeah.
but OnePlus is decent for the price you're actually paying. But again, that said, I think the OnePlus
And they're
3
getting,
T, OnePlus 3T is coming on
3T is
November
coming.
14th.
bigger battery.
It's coming a bigger battery. So whatever it's coming with, the good thing always is that the earlier product, which is also good,
Get price.
would be getting a price cut.
Yeah.
So
OnePlus 2 got 2000 price tag.
Even
okay, maybe
if it is-
25K.
Yeah, 25K is still good.
At least you're saving that money for probably webcam. Oh, no. That was the next question actually. Webcam. You're probably saving money for a case. So next question is from Samjit Ghosh. Are you using the Logitech C920 webcam? Yes, that's the one which I'm using on this live Q&A. You can check it here. Where is the camera?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, this is the camera which I'm using right now. That's a Logitech's C920 webcam. What's your opinion on paid reviews? I didn't expect, and why did I pick this question? So again, guys, there are a lot of I would say controversies floating over the internet from the past few days after Gaurav, who runs a YouTube channel called Technical Guruji, had made a video. it's a very interesting question, discussion. Again, we could have a separate discussion about it itself. What I personally think is, there are two things. First thing is that there are sponsored reviews, and then there are biased reviews. So sponsored thing is more like, when you watch a TV show, even the news presenter on Times Now would be talking about, let's say, politics, and suddenly there's an advertisement coming up. There's no connection between both of these. That's a sponsored advertisement. So the same way, when you're reading news, even on any website on the internet, there's an advertisement which shows up on the right side.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that, okay, if there's an advertisement from Samsung, that means that Samsung has paid us to write this news, or Samsung has paid us to write negative about the product. It's no way connected. Those are advertisements. The same thing you see on newspapers also at the same time. You see newspaper advertisements, they're no way connected. The other thing which he was highlighting more was about the biased reviews, which have been increasing by the day. We have been seeing, I don't want to point fingers on anyone, frankly speaking. It's just a genuine answer to your question that, the right way of doing a sponsored deal would be that you should be letting your viewers, your subscribers know that this specific video has been sponsored by some brand, or else we are working with some brand for this kind of collaboration. So we have had done that, like, there are sometimes we also do barter deals. So, like, Fitbit called us and said, like, okay, we want to do a giveaway, would you like be interested? We got no money for that. Fitbit sponsored the giveaway. What they got is probably 15 users who would be testing their product. So ultimately there was a win-win deal wherein they get 15 users on board who are most active on the internet. So they got some active user base. What we got is, we got a guy, brand who is giving us a product which we are giving away to our users. So that's a win for us. And what did the winners get? Obviously the product. So it's a win-win for everyone. It's a barter deal. There are also sponsored deals. So if you go to our website, it's PhoneRadar.com, we have a few articles where we clearly at the end mention that this is a sponsored story. It's been quite some time we didn't get a sponsor. That's one thing. So you won't be finding in the recent articles. But if I can recall, last year we had a few, not even last year, this year also, we had a few stories where we clearly mentioned this is a sponsored story. So what happens in that case is, when you're reading that article, at the end you note that, okay, this is a sponsored story, which means that probably there are, you cannot judge the whole story considering that, okay, it's someone's personal view here. It could be a brand's point of view also added there. So these were actually missing from a lot of videos and a lot of content which was generating in the recent days. And Gaurav was trying to showcase that, this is completely wrong. And which is actually a good fact. Again, if you notice, Ranjit does a live Q&A, and he clearly mentions that this show is sponsored by Lenovo. It's no way that Lenovo is asking him to say good about the product or not. Or even if you see international YouTubers also, because again, we don't do a lot of videos, we don't get time for that. We focus more on exclusive stories and stuff. So if you look at international YouTubers also, before they start the video itself, they say that this part of the video is powered by audible.com, or maybe like this video is sponsored by there's some hosting company. I mean, it's a famous one in the US. They keep sponsoring them. And when you clearly put this kind of disclaimer, what happens is the reader knows that, okay, so this show has been sponsored by them. Probably if there's something, we can probably ignore. But at least the brand also, knows that, their product has been put out, or the word has been put out clearly. So that is something which even if you guys are into YouTube, or if you're into creating content, then you should make a note of that. You should always add a disclaimer. And the worst thing which you generally want to get a good example is go to Instagram. You would see celebrities or fashion bloggers, not even bloggers, actually girls who are into fashion. They just put up, again, example, don't take this as a sponsored thing. They just pull up some kind of bottle and say, like, because of this cream, I have become, I have lost 5 kgs of weight and these all stuff. They have never actually used the products, and they never even say that this is an endorsement. But that's what is wrong. And there are some, FDA guidelines in the US. There are no guidelines, I think, as of now in India, but something which everyone should be ethically following. So this is again a separate discussion. It could be a long discussion. So let's move on to the next question. Himanshu. Sony's new MDR 1000X. Oh God, what happened? Everything gone.
Okay, gone.
I think today we have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Sony's new 1000 X headphones with noise cancellations are out. Please check out and compare with the Bose QC35. So Himanshu, I have lost one of the Sony's MDR 100 ABN headphones. I'll connect with Sony. If they could give me a review unit for a week or two, then I can actually compare it with the Bose QC35. Is Vivo 3 Max worth 18,000 rupees? I think Vivo's new smartphone is coming
Yeah,
anyway.
new smartphone coming.
It's coming on. We can talk about it maybe. It's coming
It's
on
coming.
15th
coming soon.
of this month, and that's the Vivo V5, right? V5. It's coming with a selfie camera of 20 megapixel. We did an exclusive story. No one has it on the internet. You can search that. Vivo V5 20 megapixel camera with and selfie spotlight selfie feature.
LED.
Oh, it has a LED flash in the front.
Yeah.
So that's a new phone coming. It's going to be priced around 22,000 rupees. I think you should wait for that. Rip mix. Very sad to see that. By the way, how was your Beijing trip? The Beijing trip was good. In fact, Gaurav Mundra, we didn't expect the mix to break. Actually, I was supposed to give it to Ranjit, and then Teja calls me and he says that he just broke the mix. So Teja should be blamed. It's not me. You guys are blaming me on Twitter. So who's careless? People are tagging me actually. Samsung On Next is good for day-to-day work, camera, look, battery. Not interested in gaming. It's decent enough.
Decent for day-to-day.
We have, I think, a video which is still pending. We need to publish
Camera
it.
comparison.
The camera comparison one. You should stay for that.
Yeah.
Varun Ahuja, me Sindhi, aapki tarah. I'm not Sindhi, Varun. I'm a Gujarati. Background looks very enlightened. Actually, we need to switch that light off.
Yeah.
Ansh Arora, what's the status of your Tesla? Tesla, that's going to come probably in 20. I don't know.
20. I don't think so. It will come 2-3 years probably.
Yeah,
More than that.
someone commented about the background, so I'm back here. Yeah, it would take another 2-3 years at least for the
Yeah.
Tesla to launch and come into the market. So I'm not sure when it's going to come. We use microphone. Actually, we just realized that we connected this, but we didn't
use it.
switch to this microphone. Let me just try to see if I could do that. USB audio. Okay, let audio.
I think should be better.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Abhijit Banerjee, I'm using the Nexus 6P. Should I be upgrading to the Pixel phones? The Nexus 6P doesn't support VoLTE as of now, but I think recently there was a story that there's some development going on for the 6P, right? So if you can wait, then you should be getting what do you call the VoLTE support. But that said, again, Pixel smartphones for some reason I feel they're overpriced, but still I ended up buying one.
Nexus 6 is still very good. You don't need to change. If you're happy with it, you can stay with that.
Varun Ahuja, don't buy China phone or any accessories. Okay, Varun, first question to you. How did you comment this? Was that an Indian smartphone? Are you using a Micromax or an Intech smartphone, which according to most of you guys is an Indian smartphone?
Yeah.
But for your information, they also are actually Chinese smartphones. Those guys go to China, source the product from some factory, brand it. Those guys just go to China, brand it, and then bring it back to India.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's clearly known that none of these brands are actually made in India. So most of these phones are again made in China.
Yeah.
So it's easy to say that don't buy China phone. Stop reviewing the Chinese phones. Go to the core of it. Ultimately, most of the products at your home are also Chinese.
Yeah.
It takes time. First, let's focus more on the development side. Let's hope that we have good labor laws. We have people who are actually ready to work as hard as the Chinese, and then go like a dumb guy that okay, let's stop buying Chinese products. 90% of the product, the food you also bring from a supermarket, the cover itself is also imported from China.
Everything.
The billing system is from China. Everything is from China, except the rupee which you're paying is actually made in India. Everything else is China. So you cannot just blindly go and attack, saying like on my Mimix video, I had so many comments, negative comments saying like stop making these videos. We don't want to watch your videos because it's a Chinese product. I mean, hell, Aren't you using a phone which is also made in China?
Exactly.
Your laptop is also made in China. Apple's iPhone is also made in China. Ultimately,
Which is
people feel like,
assembled in US, yeah.
there's also Infocus. No, what's that brand?
Focus is Foxconn.
Foxconn. That's also
Yeah.
made in China. They keep promoting that we are an American company. Don't buy Chinese. Buy from America. Dude, you are an American company. You're still getting it from China. So ultimately, I'm not saying that I am a supporter of Chinese products or something, but I'm just saying that don't be judging others just on a belief that someone has told you, like stop buying from China. Go little focused, like what are you actually speaking, go into the depth of it. We are doing good activities around Make in India. Our government has been doing decent initiatives. There are already assembly lines set up. We can already notice, I think more than dozen companies are doing the Make in India. We have
Big time,
Oppo,
but
Xiaomi,
yeah.
we have Samsung. Most of the brands are doing Make in India right now, but that's assembling. They're not actually making the phones here. So probably in the next 2 3 years, we would be seeing chipset manufacturers coming to India. They would be manufacturing the phones here. They would be manufacturing the actual products or the spares in India, and that is when there will be a complete ecosystem, and then we can expect the products to be made in India. Right now, it's all in the air. You are just saying like brands are also already faking it, saying like make in India. Samsung, if you notice the A9 Pro, I think.
That has a made in
Yeah, so
Yeah,
this
it says made in India.
yeah, it says made in India. I don't know it's written on this or
Yeah,
not. Yeah, it's written here on the made in India. It won't be clearly visible here. But the point is, none of this is actually made in India. It's just assembled in India. So it's just a fake thing which these guys are putting onto your brains, and you are like blindly like, okay, you're supporting Chinese. We don't want to watch this video. This is bad. I mean, think about it once.
We had an article on PhoneRadar.
Yeah, we had an article. Ankit Pawar, where is your broken meme X? It's with Ranjit right now. You can watch his video. Arpit Singh, I have the S7 and I have installed the tempered glass. That's a good thing you did. We missed that. Dilip Dubai, what about
Yeah.
Marathi review channel? We have a PhoneRadar Marathi YouTube channel. Just for information, we have Marathi YouTube channel. We have PhoneRadar Hindi, PhoneRadar Telugu, and Gujarati. PhoneRadar Telugu was being managed by Pawan from our team. He just left from office. I mean, they end shifted. They have shifted ended. Probably Teja and Pawan can do that in the future. Right now, frankly speaking, we don't even get time for this YouTube channel. We have very limited time, and as I mentioned earlier, we try to cover the news first. So if you generally see there's a new smartphone launched in China or Korea or any other country, we generally try to cover it first on our website, and sometimes we do a lot of exclusive stories. Like if you notice, the OnePlus 3T, that's a new name of the new OnePlus smartphone, was also covered by us first, at least
Not exclusive.
not exclusively, but yeah, we were one of the first in India to cover that. So our focus is primarily that we want to be. Which one?
Water.
Yeah, so recently we covered about the Water 9
Life.
Life Life Water 9 smartphone, which is from a Reliance product. That was a completely exclusive story. No one on the internet had it. Or the Vivo V5 smartphone. We were the first to cover about Vivo V5. You can search on Google by the date wise, or you can also search for Vivo V5 20 megapixel. We were the first. So our focus is more on giving you the first hand information on what's happening on the internet. And then we already have Karthik and sometimes me. We do the daily PhoneRadar talk video. So we don't really focus much on the YouTube channels at this moment, but yes, in the future, if we are able to find more people who would be interesting to join us, then we can spend some time and we could focus on the other channels. Should I wait for the OnePlus 3T or go for the OnePlus 3? Don't have much patience though. Akbar Raza Sayed.
Just launching a week after.
Yes, it's launching on 14th, and OnePlus is generally known to launch the product at the same time. So last OnePlus 3 also, when it was launched, it was available at the same day in India. I mean next day actually in Delhi. So I think today is already 5th. So you have like 1 week and 2 days additional left. Almost 9 days, Akbar. If you can wait, I think you should be waiting for the OnePlus 3T. For some reason, after the recent firmware update on the OnePlus 3, I feel that the battery has some issues. Again, that's a software issue. But if the phone itself is coming with better battery and I think camera improvements also in the OnePlus 3T, maybe we're just hoping that, then I think you should be waiting and should not be priced more than 35K is what the expectation, market expectation. Thoughts on Mate 9 Huawei?
Mate 9. It's a very good smartphone. Basically, the camera is again pretty much similar what we saw with the P9 smartphone. So that's what they're promoting. They're promoting basically the dual camera here. So if you are into camera,
so it's a dual Leica technology.
Yeah,
so
Leica.
it's
monochrome and then the color.
No,
it's
this
the same
is
thing.
dual OS.
Dual OS.
Yeah,
okay.
dual OS is there.
And that's never coming to India.
Never coming to India again.
Huawei never brings the Mate series in India, right?
So yeah, that's what.
Your thoughts about the Mi's upcoming phones, Shivang Shukla. What are the Mi's upcoming phones? I just read about Mi Mix 2. Mi Note 2 is the last one, right?
Yeah.
They keep launching new products, so. Uh, Hosting plans, that's a separate discussion. Um, how is Infocus smartphone after sales service Gizmotech? No idea. Again, I personally have been seeing negative comments about almost every brand in India, except that I had seen positive feedback for Nokia, Samsung, Sony, all the tower brands because they at least ensure that the customers generally get their problems solved. While all these new brands, I'm not sure. Robin Guy, what plans you have for Google Home testing? So yeah, Robin, as we had discussed earlier, the Google Home has been shipped. Today it's supposed to be delivered in the US, but it's Saturday, so I just got an alert that it would be delivered on the next working day. So on Monday it would be delivered in New York. Probably from there it would take a week's time for the package to ship from New York to India. So by maybe not this coming Monday, the next coming Monday, we should be having the product in our hand. Yeah, mid-November, and then we would be actually playing with it. So I'm just having one concern here that it's linked to my only one Gmail account, and I cannot keep it in the office now. I mean, you can just say like, "Hey Google, what is it called? Google Home." I mean, I don't know what.
No,
How do you
okay,
call it?
Google, same thing.
Yeah, okay Google, just read out the last emails, and then Karthik would be listening all the emails. So I mean, you should be having an option to change the email, or even.
But I don't think it can read emails yet. It doesn't have that option yet.
So what does it do? Just play
But
songs.
just basic songs and all the
The
basic.
features will be limited there.
Yeah,
Using India.
it doesn't have any email specifications.
Not
there.
sure.
You can't set.
Let's get it.
you
Let's
can't set
try,
alarms. Yeah.
and let's do one thing. Let's try to ask it a question, and then enable Siri here, and let's see if they can keep answering each other. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Let's do something interesting that way. US people coming. Good morning. Good morning, trolls. Uh, what do you feel about Apple not upgrading their Mac Pro lineup, Jayanti Selvan? It's more than 3 years now. The Mac
Yeah.
Pro has not been upgraded. Recently, I was in Singapore last week and I had seen the latest product, which was costing 1,90,000 rupees. I thought there would be an upgrade this year, at least at the MacBook launch. There was nothing. So the dustbin stays the same yet. What is better, Mi Mix or the iPhone 7 Plus? Leonid Ballaj.
That's complete different comparison.
7 Plus.
Yeah, 7 Plus actually, because Mi Mix is still a concept kind of phone. So
Another comment, Ankit Pawar. What do you think about boycotting Chinese product? So Ankit, just move back to 20 minutes behind, and I think I mentioned
a lot of information.
yeah, around that. Jayanti Selvan, what do you feel about paid reviews? I think around
Same.
20-30 minutes back I spoke about that, but I think there would be a separate review story itself around that is needed. Though I know your views on Gaurav's surgical strike, just for the sake of repetition, please share your thought. Robin, I just shared about that.
Yeah.
Why doesn't black t-shirt doesn't talk more? And frankly, Ankit Pawar asked me.
Black.
I thought it's stage after that.
That is okay. I'll try to leave it.
Yeah. Okay.
Office store.
Will you do office tour? I think this has been pending. I have been waiting for a 360-degree camera, and that's never coming. And we have been waiting. I thought
the PhoneRadar top also.
yeah, we thought the PhoneRadar talk also would be doing that in 360, but it didn't happen, unfortunately. I thought the Samsung's 360 camera would be launched. It never came. Yeah, 360, it never came. So let's wait for that. हिंदी प्लीज आकाश वैथंटा. हे आकाश, आप मुझे बता सकते हो आपके पास कोई सवाल हो हिंदी में तो मैं और कार्तिक रिप्लाई कर सकते हैं.
हाँ.
तेजा को हिंदी नहीं आती है, वो तेलुगु में जवाब दे सकते हैं. I changed the email on my forum. Yeah, PhoneRadar forum. If you have issue, you can tweet to us. We'll reply there. I have OnePlus 6. Wow. Okay. This guy's in the future. Gosh. Bad talented. तुम हैक वाले वीडियो बनाते हो? नहीं, हम नहीं बनाते हैं हैक वाले वीडियो. अगर आप रूटिंग की बात करो तो हम लोग पहले बनाते थे रूटिंग की वीडियो, अभी नहीं बनाते हैं. पैसा का भी hack video बनाओ please. What is पैसा?
Payza, I think it's a payment system. I think so, if I'm not wrong.
No idea. Okay. Does Siri versus Google do Siri versus Google same questions? Yes.
Yeah.
So who is watching this video? Let us know with some creative ideas. It should be coming here in a week's time. So let us know if we could do something interesting. It does not read email yet.
Yeah.
Robin, glad to know. That's what I think Karthik just told me.
Yeah, yeah.
I was on a presumption that I would just get up in the morning and just say like, hey, okay, Google, read out the last 5 emails, and how many views did we get in the last video, and it will be like zero. Me not to ever coming to India. As of now, it's Alekia Das. I think it's not coming.
Me not is
In fact, not I think actually Hugo told me that personally that it's not coming to India. Not the Mi Mix, not the Mi Note 2. Both of these phones are not coming to India. How was the China tour? Anything got anything interesting? So we did get some interesting products. Like we have the Mi Cube video would be coming soon about it. There's also again I purchased this. It's not for free again. Okay. So I also bought this Xiaomi's water tester, which it checks the quality of the water. I'll be making a video in the coming week for this. It looks like a thermometer. Don't get confused. And there's some very interesting product which I'll be showing to you. This is a VR. Stay tuned. I won't talk
Headset.
more. Yeah, that's a VR headset, complete headset. So that came in a very little box. No, I'm not going to reveal more. Stay tuned for that video also. And there were a few other products. There's this Mi robot. We should have started it, but it's okay. It would take a lot
This is
of
also new, right?
yeah, that's a power plug. We already had one of those. So there were a few products which I bought from not just from me home, but also from the market, which is the Beijing's electronic market. And I'll be showcasing that in the coming week. It has been a very crazy weekend, and we had Diwali, and then many other works happening. Again, there's some event which I'm hosting it in the next month. So stay tuned for an announcement on the Facebook handle, that's at Amit Bhavani, and I'll be updating you. Man, can you review the Mi Wi-Fi router? I had a chance to buy one. I didn't buy. I don't know why. I felt it's not really needed. They were pretty
Yeah.
slow or something like that. So that was a thing. What cover are you using on the OnePlus 3? Does it really need one? Ashwar Babar. I'm using the official case which came with the OnePlus. This is the sandstone black.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like sandstone now. It's completely polished after few months of usage. But that said, I mean, it's decent enough. And why am I using it? Why not? Again, we already saw what happened to the Mi Mix, so I think we should be using a case with every phone. Is Xiaomi a gadget king in China? Vishal Giri. No, Vishal. That's how people presume that Xiaomi is one of the biggest company in China. Not really. You go to China, you find Honor, Huawei,
Yeah.
Vivo,
Oppo.
Oppo, yeah, one
A
of the
lot of
biggest.
Pandora.
So most of these different brands, again, China is also fragmented like India. Most of these different brands have different market shares, and Xiaomi is again not one of
It's
is one of
online
those
exclusive
brands.
brand.
Exactly, it's
Yeah.
one of those brands which is just online exclusive. So in offline, if you generally find a Xiaomi's product, it could be fake one.
Fake.
Like people generally go and markets and buy the power bank and stuff. Xiaomi pushes everyone to go to their application and down buy the products. So if you want to check out what Xiaomi is selling in China, here's a tip: go to Play Store, download the Mi Home application, change the location to China, and then you can see the hundreds of products they have in the Chinese market, and you can actually order one, ship it to Chinese location, and then drop ship it back to India. So I mean, Xiaomi isn't the biggest company in China. And again, if another fact, if you guys are interested, is that most of these brands are again held by one bigger brand, which is called as BBK Electronics. So OnePlus is a part of BBK. Oppo, which one? Vivo.
Vivo.
Oppo, Vivo, OnePlus,
IMO.
IMO, and there was also fitness band recently.
Yeah.
So people think that Oppo is a separate brand, OnePlus is a different brand. People suggested, okay, OnePlus, I want to I say OnePlus is the best phone. Actually, Oppo is also from the same company, and also Vivo is also from the same company. So these are some internal facts. You can just go and Google for BBK Electronics, and you would find PhoneRadar's article on number one, obviously, and you can read more about this story. So I think it's almost 30 minutes there, and both of these guys have a movie booked right now in 20 minutes. So let's stop here. And stay in touch, guys. The next weekend Q&A would be on coming Saturday. It happens every weekend, and
6 p.m.
we yeah at 6 p.m. and we have a giveaway right now. There are two phones to be given away. That's the Yumi Plus smartphone. Uh, the interesting aspect is that if you can win one with your friend, so you need to tag your friend on Twitter, say like, okay, hey, I have joined the PhoneRadar blogs Yumi Plus giveaway with my friend Teja, handle name as I call T for Teja, and then use a link and also share it on Facebook, and then be pretty much active on the social media handles, and then you could be winning one of these with your friend. So I think that's it for now, guys. This was a very good one. We loved more questions here, and we're happy with that. I think we missed some of these, and that's the reason probably everyone doesn't do a live Q&A on YouTube, and they do it on Twitter. Down the line, we'll do that probably in the next year. Till that time, I think since you guys are insisting on YouTube comments, we'll be continuing with that. So that's it for now, guys. See you in the next one. Stay tuned and stay in touch.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.